Coming up tonight, live at 5, Grady Newsource shifts gears as we bid farewell to a wonderful semester.
We begin with tomorrow's Georgia runoff election. Then, the Newsource reporters share their unique experiences working as a reporter throughout the fall.
And Mary Lou, let's not forget about the list of bloopers prepared later on in the show. All of this and more tonight on Grady Newsource.
This is Northeast Georgia's only local source for TV news. From the Grady College at the University of Georgia, this is Grady Newsource.
Good evening and welcome to Grady Newsource. I'm Mary Lou Masters, joined by my co-anchor Harper Blankenship.
That's right. Thank you, Mary Lou. And in case you didn't know from all the text messages from Warnock and Walker, because you know that they're absolutely sending those themselves, the Georgia runoff election is upon us.
After record-breaking early voting turnout, tomorrow marks the final day to vote in the Senate runoff between Democratic incumbent Raphael Warnock and Republican candidate Herschel Walker.
Yeah, that's right. Neither of the two won over 50% of the votes in the general election, which means we're headed to this runoff tomorrow. The candidate who receives the most votes will be elected.
UGA fall commencement is 11 days away. The ceremony is scheduled to take place in Stegman Coliseum at 9:30 a.m.
That's right. 8 members of our Grady Newsource team are actually graduating this fall, including my very own co-host, Mary Lou Masters. So a very special congratulations to all of you, and a very special congratulations to you as well.
Thanks, Harper. Speaking of our wonderful classmates, Grady Newsource reporter Jim Rogers caught up with everyone about their experience this semester. Let's take a look.
Over the course of 5 months in the newsroom, the Grady Newsource team has grown and developed. To better understand them, I sat down and asked them for their thoughts and to reflect on their time this semester. And then just look at me. Yeah. So can you tell me, great. All right, Michael. So I asked them to describe their experience in one word. Grady Newsource.
Try hard.
Very interesting. Got a lot of twists and turns.
Preparational.
Chaotic.
Chaotic, but fun and worth it.
Those chaotic moments also led to some of the most memorable.
Justin, do the pinkies.
Most memorable moment was probably when
Michael dressing up as Cookie Monster in the post show.
Is trying to film a stand-up about the logos in Watkinsville, and I literally had my car pulled over on the side of the road, and I'm literally standing like in a ditch.
I would say producing my first show, because that's something I've always wanted to do. When I was actually doing it, it was really cool to learn like the ins and outs of everything.
When I interviewed some students on campus, and one of them said that Frat Beach is too sacred of an institution.
These moments were at times difficult, but always insightful, and helped make this semester and course unique. The stories we covered, connections we made, all hopefully informed and engaged you all. So from
Is Abby Wallen,
Aria Circa,
Ben McKittrick.
It's Donna Trailer.
Gabrielle Vitale,
Harper Blankenship.
Is Justin Emmets.
Allison Harwell, is Mary Lou Masters,
Is Michael Falcone Doty.
is Riley Roberts Kavanaugh,
Wynn Andrews.
Aubrey Grinzo,
Sarah Train.
Nicole Norvell.
we here at Grady Newsource wish you all a good night, and thank you for watching.
Throughout the show, we will dive into our reporters' reflections on their time in Newsource this semester.
Starting us off, we have Madison Harwell and Wynn Andrews who join us live in the newsroom to talk about their respective experiences.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for joining us.
Thank you, Harper and Mary Lou. We are so grateful to be coming to you live from the Grady Newsource newsroom where all the magic happens. I'm Wynn Andrews.
I'm Madison Harwell.
And we are so grateful to be here with you for our last show of the semester. Madison, it is crazy that we are finally here in their farewell show. It finally feels like we're really reaching the finish line, and after a semester long, I remember thinking back to the training days before we even had our first mock show, really just talking. I remember looking at you and saying to myself, I don't really know if we're going to be able to get through this class. I might just have to drop. But look where we are now at the finish line officially, and it has just been a great experience. A lot of life lessons learned.
I know, honestly, I really didn't think I was going to make it either, but we all made it. We're all okay. We learned so much. We all came in with many different strengths and weaknesses, so many different backgrounds coming into this field. I took video journalism before this class, so I already came in knowing Premiere Pro. Some of my classmates didn't know Premiere Pro as well, but now they do, and we're all set to take on the real world.
And that is something that is just so great. The teamwork aspect, we really just balance each other out so well. All of our classmates do. It has been a great semester, and Professor V really just emphasized at the beginning of the semester, if one person tries to do this class by themselves, they are going to fail because it is truly a team effort, and that is something that we have seen come to full fruition here this semester. We are so grateful for all of her leadership and advice that she's given us throughout the semester. We'd like to thank Mr. Tom White and the tech team here at Grady Newsource, as well as our classmates, and especially you, Harper and Mary Lou. We are so grateful for y'all. Y'all are doing a great job on this show so far.
It's definitely a team effort for sure. And with that being said, back to you, Harper and Mary Lou.
Wow, y'all are far too kind. Thank you guys so much for that. Next, we're going to hear from News Source reporter Aubrey Granzo about her time covering the police beat in Athens-Clarke County.
This semester in Athens, reporting on the Athens-Clarke County Police Department brought on many top headlining stories. Let's take a glance back at some of the most memorable police beat stories. The police took initiative to combat drug overdoses through administering Narcan doses.
We try to take priority of saving lives, and this has really been a beneficial tool in terms of that.
Police in the county have also set out to reduce traffic fatalities and have been able to do so by increasing patrol measures.
As we've increased our traffic enforcement, we've seen a huge reduction in fatal and serious injury crashes.
Police also took measures against gun violence. Officers took initiative through their digital transparency tool. This tool keeps residents up to date with statistics related to crime in the community. It has been a pleasure reporting for the Athens-Clarke County Police Beat. Signing off for Grady Newsource, this is Aubrey Granzo.
And next we're going to move over to our Madison County reporters, Aria Circa and Sarah Train, who took a different approach in reflecting their beats.
Hey everyone, my name's Aria Circa.
And I'm Sarah Train.
And we were both your Madison County beat reporters this semester.
So we're going to blind react to some of the clips of us reporting in Madison County or in the studio and just get our unfiltered reactions to how it went.
Let's do it.
Source reporter Aria Circa joins us live to explain why the towns have low broadband availability. Aria?
Nobody told me this mic was off.
It was a battery issue, I believe.
Some sort of issue. So shout out to the tech team on that one. We love you guys. All right, number 2. Let's go.
This was my favorite package that I worked on this semester. But it was a little bittersweet because it's about the overcrowding and underfunding of this animal shelter. But getting to film and pet the dogs and see all the animals was so fun.
I remember loving your B-roll on this one. This is so cute. Oh my god, my first time anchoring.
The best.
Gather the community in a creative way. Oh, looks like I probably need to put my phone down for this one as Grady Newsource reporter Madison Newsource shows us what they're doing.
I remember the stage director who was right there with me was like, Aria, put your phone down. You're going on in 5 seconds. And I was like, no. It's part of the bit. Just wait.
This is another one of my favorite packages.
Oh, I remember this one.
Yeah, I remember finding this idea on Facebook, and I knew I had to reach out to the mom and see if I could talk to this little girl. She was so shy, but it was really cute.
It was always good when you found that heartwarming story that you were excited about, other than reporting on something you probably had no interest in. This one was so good. Now, those were some of our reactions to our work this semester. There was so much. If you want to go back and see more, it's all on our YouTube channel. But before we go, we wanted to give a huge shout out to one of our favorite people in Madison County.
Todd Higdon.
I think Todd was featured in most of the shows that had Madison County coverage in it, but he was always available to talk, always willing to help us out, and we just love him so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, I can't get enough of Todd. Well, Mary Lou, after 4 months of hard work, we know the routine of a reporter in this class all too well. But for the viewers at home who only get to see the product we put out, Nicole Norvell gives us a day in the life of a News Source reporter.
Hello, I'm Nicole Norvell, and this is a day in the life as an MMJ for Grady Newsource. So my day actually starts the evening before when I'm looking for story ideas to pitch for the 9 a.m. Zoom meeting the next morning. All the MMJs and news anchors for that news day fill out a pitch sheet that's due by 8 p.m. that night. But the day officially starts the next morning when everyone meets at 9 a.m. on Zoom for the pitch meeting. It usually lasts about an hour, and once that's over, I quickly get ready to meet my sources for the package. Since my beat is an hour away from where I live, pre-planning and being prepared is crucial to ensure I meet all the deadlines. Once I interview my sources and grab all of the B-roll I need, I record a stand-up like this one. Once all the filming for the package is done, I make my way to the newsroom by 12 o'clock where I quickly write up my script for the package and get it checked for any errors by either the assignment editor or executive producer and then by Professor V. Once that's approved, I head into the sound booth to record all the voiceovers for the package, including this one that you're listening to now. When I'm done, I sit down and upload all of the B-roll, interview clips, and voiceovers into Premiere Pro and start editing the package together. At this point in the day, it's crunch time to make sure everyone meets the 4:30 hard deadline. Once my package is all finished, I upload it to the software our tech team uses to get all of our content from here to here. When everything is all done and turned in, we wait in the newsroom to watch all of our hard work, like what you're watching now, go on air at 5 p.m. And when the show's over at 5:30, we all come together in the newsroom for the post-show critique. And once 6 o'clock hits, we wrap it up and go home to do it all again the next show. Grady Newsource, Nicole Narvell.
After the break, we'll hear more personal reflections from the members of our class.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move. So I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
I think I finally found.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, Mason.
Hey, Mason.
Got a new house. It's looking pretty cool so far.
A place that I call home.
I'm teaching Louise how to cook some lasagna.
It only takes a spark to make a fire start.
Thank you.
Study, please.
I think I finally found a place to make my own. A place that I call home. This place that I call home.
You're home before sunrise. On top of the house, the kids, and our future. The smell of your cooking is our alarm clock. My Shiro's day is never done. So let's start saving a little more now so we can feel prepared for retirement. A free 3-minute online chat can give us the personalized tips we need so we can live our lives to the fullest. Visit aceyourretirement.org.
As we continue to reflect on our semester, Donna Traylor joins us to share one of her learning experiences.
Yeah, so hey, Mary Lou. My learning experience is kind of interesting because I started the semester off with being assigned a beat that I had no idea how to cover. It was the Oconee County elections and commissions. So to start off, I did a practice assignment where I went out and interviewed the Board of Commissioner Chairman in Oconee, John Daniel. And we kind of talked about in that first little initial interaction this thing called the T-SPLOS tax, which I had never heard of. But T-SPLOS stands for Transportation Special Purpose Local Option Sales Tax, and it is a 1% sales tax on all things except motor fuels in Oconee County. And they had originally tried to pass it in a previous election, and then it ended up not passing. But the commissioners wanted everyone to know that this is going to go towards things like road maintenance and building community spaces, things that everyone wants. And so they decided to have it on this most recent election. And it was kind of a full circle moment because at the end of the semester, that's the last thing that I
reported on, was the T-SPOS tax actually passing. So it was pretty crazy. But that's all that I have for you for the last time. I'm Donna Trailer, and back to you in the studio.
Yeah, absolutely, Downe. You know, everyone worked hard on their stories all semester long, but sometimes coming up with ideas for those stories proved to be very difficult. Grady Newsource reporter Michael Doty shows us a little bit more about the process.
If you ask any Newsource student this semester, they can pinpoint a time where they had no idea what story they were going to do for the day.
I can relate to that a couple of times.
There was really not a lot going on. The main focus all year was about SPLOST.
Despite using platforms like social media, government websites, Google Trends, or simply your own 2 ears while out in public, sometimes you just have nothing, and that can be very frustrating.
This is hopeless. I don't have an idea of what I want to do. You know what? I'll just fake sick. Yeah. Aubrey does that all the time. She always gets away with it. All right, yeah, that's what I'm going to do.
But something in your head is screaming at you to not give up, so you don't. You keep searching all day, waiting for something to break, and then suddenly you see something and you get an idea.
Wait a minute. If I just... Okay. All right, that's perfect. I could do something with this. All right, that's what I'm gonna go with. Yes!
But that's only half the battle. You still need to get through the morning meeting and answer 23 questions from Professor V. There's always one student, Riley, who seems to always be prepared, Riley. A jack of all trades, Riley, who never seems to run out of ideas, still Riley. And you wish you were as good as them. Did I mention it's Riley?
A lot of times what you have to do is just have like a Newsource mindset to be able to see a story developing.
Not really helpful, Riley, but I guess a magician never reveals their secret. In the end, it always works out, and you're actually shocked at how good it turned out.
Glad that day's over with. Wait, I gotta do it all again on Wednesday.
I'm sure we can all relate to that, Michael. Now taking a turn to another one of our reporters and her take on solutions journalism.
Riley Roberts was the last to produce a Sojo for the class. So Riley, looking back, what did you take from your first Sojo?
Thank you, guys. Most of the challenges I faced was just finding my story in the first place, trying to get a story out of Jackson County as the last person. I'd already had 2 stories, taken, so I had to deal with that. Finding people to talk to was a really big challenge, but I think what I would more want to focus on is just the payoff of it. I had a really great time working on the story, meeting these people, learning what they had to say, and it just really brought out a passion for journalism that I hadn't seen before, and I really appreciate this class for giving me that opportunity to explore something that I wouldn't have otherwise. And that's all for me. My name's Riley Roberts for the last time. I appreciate you guys. Back to y'all.
When we return, we will pay tribute to an unsung hero from the Grady Newsource team.
During high school, I hung with the wrong crowd and I never graduated.
I helped Santiago in many different ways, like all fathers do, because he always wanted to go to college.
I felt a little embarrassed to come back to school, but eventually, once I came here, I knew that it's for a bigger goal.
He was very dedicated, hardworking. He connected with his teachers, he connected with other students. That was one of the key reasons why he was able to keep forging ahead.
It was amazing to see him graduate. This was one thing that meant so much to him, and of course, it meant so much to us too.
With the help of my father and having my son, that was all the motivation that I needed. That support is everything.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
I think I finally found.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, Mason.
Hey, Mason.
Got a new house. It's looking pretty cool so far.
A place that I call home.
I'm teaching Louise how to cook some lasagna.
It only takes a spark to make a fire start.
Thank you.
Study, please.
I think I finally found a place to make my own, a place that I call home, this place that I call home.
Alright, we got 30 seconds in this package.
Sorry for technical difficulties here, folks. The Jackson County Schools, pardon us.
Now, sorry for the difficulties, guys. Sorry about that, guys.
Apologize for those early technical difficulties, but
I apologize for the technical difficulties.
Oh God, I remember that show. As you just saw, sometimes we run into technical difficulties.
But in all seriousness, the show would not be possible without our volunteer tech team, including Tom White, the production engineer, and also honorable mention, Sarah and Sailor, for always helping me on my many live shots. Here's a quick look into what it's like being behind the camera.
Lights, camera, Grady Newsource. Now, many of us you've seen in front of the camera. However, behind the camera is a crew of Newsource volunteers. Without their help, the technical side of the broadcast would look something like this.
Is here to tell us what the weather is going to look like for the big weekend. Justin?
I got to sit down with one of them, Sailor Betts.
And how important do you think it is to be in, the backseat, to be behind the scenes?
I think it's really important. I think it's great experience both behind the camera if that's your end goal, but also in front of the camera, because for the reporters, if you can communicate your goals to the technical team that much better, then it makes the show that much better.
One occurring issue with Newsource is that some students cannot get their packages in on time.
So who are these people, who are these students who are getting their packages late?
I mean, you've had a couple, like 2, 3, pushing 4. I'd even say 5.
Here at Grady Newsource, we'd like to thank the technical team for all their hard work this semester.
Coming up after the break, a special guest joins the studio to count down the top 10 bloopers of the semester.
People do some pretty cool things in their 40s and 50s. Why should saving for retirement be any different? I mean, they go back to college, learn new instruments, start skateboarding. Okay, maybe that one's not for everybody, but saving for retirement is. With aceyourretirement.org, you can get on track with your retirement savings no matter your age. Just have a 3-minute chat with Avo, the friendly digital retirement coach from AARP. You'll get personalized recommendations based on your input that are easy to understand and work with your lifestyle. It's quick, easy, and free. Plus, it's sponsored by AARP, so you know they got your back.
Woohoo! Gnarly move, Dad.
Thanks, sweetie. So, wherever you are in your retirement savings journey, head to aceyourretirement.org and start chatting with Avo today. That's aceyourretirement.org.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
My Shiro doesn't always wear a cape, but she always has time for a hug, a smile, for going the extra mile. My Shiro stretches every dollar, puts in long hours, puts others first. But now it's your time, Mom. When you're ready to retire, we want you to be able to enjoy it. It's time to start saving now. A free 3-minute online chat can give you the personalized tips you need to start boosting your retirement savings today. Visit aceyourretirement.org.
Welcome back, you guys. We're going to run through some of our top bloopers from the semester.
The leadership team devised the top 10 bloopers of the semester. Take a look.
Thank you all for joining us for tonight. I'm Gabrielle Vitale for Grady Newsource.
County Police Department to resolve the fentanyl epidemic
I'm sorry for the shortened video. That'll do it for us tonight, unfortunately, on Grady Newsource. I'm Ben McKettrick. Have a great night.
I am currently at the 441 collection site, where this is usually the, I am currently, but outside, 441 collect, $4, $7 for on, dang it, okay.
Source. I'm Justin Nemitz, your host, and we're going to go to the Herschel Walker campaign. Sorry, I was taking a snapshot on my desk. There's a lot of papers here, but we're going to go into
mainly used around the office, but battery life improves that they could be used in patrol during the future.
Although the shelter, they can better serve the community with updated and renovate.
Oh my God. Okay, here we go. Today we are focusing on solutions journalism. Or what we like. Oh my God.
Well, Mary Lou and Harper, there you have it. I am Michael Doty. I was supposed to be on camera before we showed the list, but I guess that's a blooper of its own. So yeah, the top 10 bloopers, obviously there were a lot more. We've all had our moments where we've choked up on something and had to redo it 9 times. We saw Mary Lou smiling for what felt like eternity, and I was the producer that day, so that was really awful to be on that end. Even me with doing the stand-up a bunch of times, it's harder than you think doing it without a script. I'm doing it without a script right now, and you don't see me messing up, but that's what ad-libbing extraordinaires do. So Mary Lou, it was nice to see you crack the list. Harper, you got to work on your funny bone there. So that's going to do it for me. For Grady Newsource, I'm Cookie Monster. No, wait, I'm not.
Well, thanks for bringing that up again, Michael. I thought we talked about not doing that one. Anywho, when we come back, we'll say our final goodbyes with one last sentimental tribute.
Last week, Brandon met a girl on a dating app. One day after work, he finally found the courage to ask her out. No answer. He started to panic. Was he being too pushy? Maybe it was too...
Hey, sorry I didn't respond. I was driving. I would love to go on a date. How does tonight sound?
Brandon tried to play it cool, but inside he knew. A girl so smart, so responsible. She must be a keeper.
You know, a lot of people say, when you're going somewhere, you don't want to look back. But I beg to differ. For her to see her father celebrate his graduation, that's the best feeling in the world. I can't lie and say it was easy. But sometimes you just have to stop everything and take it in. I looked at everything in a different light. And I realized it started with me going back and getting my high school diploma.
Jordan knows he shouldn't eat this entire bowl of nachos, but tonight he's earned that right. Because a few hours ago, in the middle of happy hour, he recognized a sign. Not from the gods or a bolt of lightning, but from a double heart, a kissy face, and a fourth ha in ha ha ha. That's when Jordan knew he was buzzed. So when it was time to go, he got a ride home instead of driving. Be a legend like Jordan. Recognize your buzzed warning signs and get a ride home. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
There is a road laid out for me.
First night here, but Amy seems cool.
Leading down to the river. I am blind, but I need not see.
What do you think?
I know this road is there for me. If I'm really free, take me down to the river and walk.
As you see here, we're joined by our many classmates and friends, but we want to say a special thanks first. You may know her as our professor, but too many, she's a household name. During her illustrious CNN career, she brought breaking news to millions around the world.
A little bit of a celebrity, too. She's made cameos in movies like The Hitman's Bodyguard and The Queen. She's even got a song written after her.
That's right. Professor Relitsa Vasilova, it's been an honor and a privilege to work with such an esteemed journalist, and we cannot thank you enough. As the semester and our coverage comes to a bittersweet end, we'd like to recognize all of our reporters. For everyone in the newsroom, we've really put in all of our effort into the show. For one last time, I'm Harper Blankenship.
And I'm Mary Lou Masters, and from all of us here at Grady Newsource, happy holidays.
We scored? Yeah, we scored. We're going to the playoffs. I can't believe I missed that. Every time I'm buzzed, I spend too much time on my phone. What? I should take your phone away. No. I'll call for a ride. Wait, why does my face look like that?
I'm playing with these new face filters.
Okay, you know what? Yep, that's mine. I'm gonna need that back. No. Kevin!